I think that would have been statutory rape at the time.
Well, he was a little person.
Oh, this is going to be a big politically incorrect podcast, I can see, but, hopefully it'll help ratings. And, I mean, don't take it seriously, because Minnie Fierce is over here saying that, she'd go on a date with the Leprechaun.
I happen to fancy fantastical creatures.
Now, I have to ask this. With the Leprechaun in full makeup, could you bring yourself to kiss him? I mean, the girl in the sequel looked pretty repulsed when it came down to it. But, of course, your taste is different than hers, so...
Of course. Well, I think there is plenty of booze to help that. My motto is, drink till he's cute.
Yeah, I see you wearing that shirt that says that today, and you're all decked out for St. Paddy's Day with your drink till he's cute shirt with a little shamrock on it, and you have your Celtic necklace on with a little emerald in the middle. Mm-hmm. What's the story with the necklace, anyway?
I heard it was supposed to bring me good luck and ward off evil demons. Although, I don't really think that they would really want me anyway, because I might be a little more demonic than they.
Well, wearing that necklace, that would definitely kill your chance with a leprechaun, I hope you know.
Well, I'll take it off before we meet.
And, it's so awesome because Jennifer Aniston is in the first Leprechaun movie, and this is her debut film. Mm-hmm. And when I was a kid, my dad hated the Leprechaun movies, and like a few years ago when I bought the box set on DVD, I'm like, yeah, I got the Leprechaun, it's going to be awesome, and Mom ended up rewatching all the movies with me because she kind of liked them in a sick, sad way as well.
Sounds kind of like me.
And my dad had no interest in rewatching the Leprechaun movies until I'm like, yeah, the first one was Jennifer Aniston's first movie, and he went from having no interest whatsoever from wanting to see it. He's like, oh, I'll have to see that again. My dad's a pervert.
Well, we all know that.
So, in the first one, what was some of your favorite kills? Or what was your favorite kill?
I kind of liked the first one that he did with the old dude's wife, Mrs. O'Grady, I think. And he didn't really kill her, he just got out of her way and she fell down the steps and broke her neck. Okay. I would hate to die that way.
Well, I think one of my favorite kills was probably the kill of the Leprechaun himself, when they shot the shamrock into his mouth and he started that meltdown.
That was pretty gruesome.
It's really sad when the effects in a low-budget movie from the early 90s outdoes some of the CGI crap that's out there now in the mainstream cinema.
Yes, it's more believable back when they did these kind of movies than they are now, because you can actually see that it is CG.
I remember the first time when I saw Leprechaun, it was like maybe 1994 or late 1993. It had a release date of January 1st, 1993, so it had to be shortly after that when it was released on VHS. And it was the first R-rated movie I had ever seen. And there was this little rental store up the street from where I live. It was A1 Video, and my mom and I would go up there just about every weekend and rent a movie. And I really wanted to see Leprechaun, even though the trailer creeped me out, And the poster was the Leprechaun peeking through the door, and it says at the bottom, your luck just ran out. Mm-hmm. And I talked my mom into letting me rent it because it had an R rating. She's like, all right, well, I'll watch it with you. And it was to the point where at my young age it kind of creeped me out some, but at the same time I found the humor in it. Mm-hmm. And so it was just great after that, because like when the second one came out I was all hyped for it, and then when the third one came out I was hyped even more. And after the third one I didn't want to see anymore, because the scene that really freaked me the most was the one where the girl exploded and her butt and boobs just went everywhere.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, not when you're sitting there like eating a bowl of peanut butter and drinking milk. The two really don't mix well with the movie.
Yes, that is true. I do not recommend eating while you're watching these movies.
Yeah, but
unless you have an ironclad stomach.
Yeah, which we do. We'll
somewhat.
Yeah, Well, we've watched like Faces of Death while pigging out on, what was it, chili?
It was.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
And then one time we were watching another movie while eating stew.
That was Antichrist, wasn't it?
I think it was.
I think it was.
Yes, that movie still haunts me now.
All right, looking on IMDb, we see that for the box office, the budget was $900,000 estimate. The opening weekend was, what's that number?
It's $2,493,020.
Thank you, love. I suck with big numbers.
That's okay.
Hopefully when my bank account gets that number, I'll be able to read it.
Maybe so.
And
you can always get me to read it for you.
Yeah, that's all you'll do is just read it, though.
I know. Mine will be like that one day.
I might give you a shilling or something.
Oh, don't bet on it.
I might buy you shillelagh so you can give it to your future leprechaun husband.
Ooh, promises, promises.
And it also shows that the gross was $8,556. Oh no, I'm sorry, not 8,000. Once again, I suck. 8,500,940.
Yes.
Might as well say.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. Now, the funny thing is with Jennifer Aniston, I think besides Derailed, this is her only horror movie. If you want to consider Derailed a horror movie, that's more kind of a suspense drama, I guess you could say.
Thriller.
And I wonder how Friends decided to pick her up from like doing Leprechaun and going from that. But at the same time, everyone in this cast and crew, they have this really diverse schedule and well, not schedule, but they have this really diverse list of all the movies and shows that they've been a part of. Like Mark Holton, who was Ozzy, it shows him playing in a few TV episodes, I believe, and he also appeared later in the horror movie Gacy, where he played as John Wayne Gacy. And I even see him listed for Teen Wolf and Pee-wee's Big Adventure, so, I mean, that's quite diverse when it comes down.
I remember him in Teen Wolf.
Wasn't he a teacher or something?
No, I think he was a bully.
Yeah, because he would have been too young to be a teacher.
Yes.
I don't remember hardly anything about Teen Wolf.
He did play basketball.
Yeah, I do remember basketball.
Yes. It's been so long ago since I've seen that movie too.
Yes, indeed. Now, some of the trivia that comes off of Leprechaun is interesting, such as the video sold more than 100,000 copies, and pretty much it does state that it was released on January 1st, 1993, making it the first movie release of 1993. Unfortunately, not all theaters got it, and I wish our theater in Mississippi would have received it, at least in Yazoo or Vicksburg. It would have been great to see that.
Yes, the theater in Yazoo City doesn't get very many new movies when they arrive.
Well, I'm not trying to bash on our theater here in Vicksburg, but we really don't get the independent artsy films or the B-rated films. We get this mainstream BS.
Well, it is to bring in more customers and more money to the theater.
Yeah, it is true. But, I wish we had something like a Malco Grandview or...
I love Malco.
Yeah. And, I hope this isn't true, but I had actually heard someone say that they are going to be remaking the Leprechaun movie.
I would kind of like to see it.